Hey, everybody, it's the coach. You're tuned in to Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. Coming up, third-year quarterback Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys face off with Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans. I'll talk to you again at halftime. But for the call of this one, let's send it out to our EA Sports broadcast team. It's Brandon Gump.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis, thrilled to be with you from the broadcast booth. And, partner, before we get this thing started, what are you going to be watching?
Who gets off to a fast start? In horse racing terms, they talk about catching a flyer out of the gate. Who sets the pace and makes the other team chase?
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. They'll be on Watson.
What a start to his NFL career as a rookie. 19 touchdown passes in just 6 starts. That was more touchdowns than Joe Flacco, Tyrod Taylor, or Marcus Mariota. And Houston went 1-8 after losing him, which lent credence to many people saying he should have been the Rookie of the Year based on his play and how Houston did without him.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, Watson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it. It really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Watson on 1st down. Going deep for Hopkins. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at 2nd down. And let's look here at the Houston offense.
Come up the lowest yards per carry average of his career is Lamar Miller at 3.7, and that's not normal for him because of his versatility. Can catch it out of the backfield, but his best attribute, high-volume ball carrier. Runs it inside with power, physicality, and some really good vision in order to break some big runs.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult 3rd down call now.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, here's Watson. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
The Texans send the punter out. Back deep is Tavon Austin. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. They'll be brought out by a man who hails from Sulphur, Louisiana, played his college ball at Mississippi State, the quarterback Dak Prescott.
The numbers he put up as a rookie, outstanding. But were they really, truly sustainable? Remember, how about they went from 4 interceptions in 2016 as a rookie to 13 his second year? These are numbers that you didn't expect to stay the same. I do expect Dak Prescott to continue to get better and better as a quarterback in the NFL.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. He's going to wind up in there. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 44.
Back 22.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Sean Lee, the Pro Bowler, there for the tackle. And this defensive line will be looking to control the point of attack.
And that's what they've done throughout this season. This is a terrific unit. They play together very, very well, and they don't permit big plays to happen.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Only a yard on the pickup, and now they've got a 3rd down and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions later.
Now Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. First catch of the game for Hopkins. It's a 1st down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
On 1st and 10, Watson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 10 more there and another first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Watson hands to Miller on the draw. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Jeff Heath, the strong safety, able to get in there on the coverage.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. A shotgun snap for Watson. This will be caught at about the 6. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Kaimi Fairbairn now to attempt the Texan field goal. This an easy one, 23-yarder. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And it's now 3-0 Texans. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. Set to return now. Here's Deontay Thompson. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now Dak Prescott of the offense heading back onto the field. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, Elliott. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. It's Kareem Jackson making the play defensively. The defensive crew for the Texans. Here's a look.
The undisputed leader of Houston's defense is J.J. Watt, who's been slowed by injuries over the last 2 seasons, only 8 games combined. But also, he gets work done off the field. The NFL Walter Payton Man of the Year in 2017, with his work helping the flood victims of the city of Houston, raised nearly $40 million for the cause.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he'll get nothing out of that one.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Wide open receiver complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. A couple of first downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Throw right side taken in by Gallup. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. And that one results in 35 yards.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
The Cowboys last year, 18 rushing touchdowns, tied for 2nd in the league, and they've got Elliott back there, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It'll be a loss of 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They get 5 on the run, but it leaves them with a tough 3rd and goal forthcoming. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Prescott on 3rd and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Michael Gallup from 6 yards away. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have, and you absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the second drive, they've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. Oh, able to avoid him. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And here comes the Texans now. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
that.
Toe bashed. Super toe.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 22.
Down, black 22.
Here's Watson. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Tyrone Crawford coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle. And frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play-action fake.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Watson operating from the gun. Man open, that's Kiki QT complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson, and that is incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Charles, while Dallas comes back out, let me ask you about the game you called last week when they beat Detroit with a field goal there at the end. Important victory for Dallas to get back to 2-2.
Vital victory for them because you know how things happen. If it happens in Texas, it's big, right? When it happens with Dallas and the Cowboys, it's monstrous. So to get them back to 2-2, kind of tamp down a little bit of panic that was coming from their fans, that was huge. But Ezekiel Elliott, He was a full-grown man in that game. 152 yards on the ground, 240 all-purpose yards, a big catch down the stretch. He did everything for them against the Lions defense, the worst run defense in the NFL through 4 weeks. But, boy, he put it on them, and that was a vital victory for the Cowboys. And Dak Prescott played well, too.
And next up, Battle of the Lone Star State as they head down to Houston.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Prescott now on second down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Cole Beasley, the intended target, and it's third down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Prescott. And this is going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. Back deep for the Texans is Tyler Ervin. Good move at the 30. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Play action for Miller. Now Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Lee. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
And now here come the Cowboys. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here on the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position after a turnover. I feel like I might have them a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
A first down carry by Elliott. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball,
you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not, because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can wall him off? Really sharp, intelligent player, as well as a physical specimen.
So they'll get a little extra time.
Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. They'll need to convert a 3rd and 7, though, to start things out. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. But he's got it to Hearns. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Dak finding the former Jag Hearns for the Dallas first down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball?
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Prescott now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down. They'll give to Elliott. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Second down, Prescott. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The linebacker, Zach Cunningham, there defensively to make that play.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series, before you get out there, hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
The Cowboys on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And the spin looked pretty, but more for style points as the real estate evaporated quickly there. And the screen only good for 3 that time, and it'll bring up a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And forthcoming, a field goal try for the Cowboys. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good. And they push the lead up to it now at 10-3. So the drive stalls inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
Piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call.
Holding, receiving team.
Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific, it's not a great starting field position as well.
Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Jeff Heath, the one to bring him down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, We have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. The Texans on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9.
Down! Green the line! Green the line!
Watson now. From the gun, he'll throw. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Tyrone Crawford in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now Austin. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Ezekiel Elliott gets ready to go again here on offense as he shuffles onto the field. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now. The give is to Elliott. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. On the tackle, Tyrann Mathieu.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. They'll run it now out of the gun. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Prescott from the gun. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. First down, Prescott. And incomplete on the deep ball. Jeff Swain, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
Oh, boy, partner, did that just happen? I've got my hand over my eyes right now because, like him, it's going to haunt my dreams, too. He was wide open. How did he overthrow him there?
Defensively, just very lucky. You know that they got away with one there. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. 10th carry now for Elliott. And past the 30 down to about the 27. 9 yards on the pickup there as he'll be left with 3rd and 1.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. On 3rd down, Elliott. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And they get 10 yards there and convert on third.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Prescott, and it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Second and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Elliott. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. To throw is Prescott. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
And his kick is good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. DeAndre Hopkins and the rest of the offense heading back onto the field. You would have to think they're going to make it more of a priority to get him the football. You're losing here in the 2nd quarter, and he's been really quiet.
I think all we have to do, and it's too bad we can't actually see the actual play sheet now from the coordinator, because he's looking down at that and saying, okay, do I put him in different spots? Do I try and isolate him? What routes do I run? You're exactly right. They've got to get the ball in his hands and get their offense kick-started.
He does have the 2 catches, but pretty quiet so far. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 26. Out of the gun, Watson. Caught left side, Hopkins. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd and inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker.
Black 22! Black 22!
Now a first carry for Deontay Foreman, who was lost to the Achilles injury last year. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. On the tackle, it's Randy Gregory. Well, at least he was able to break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah, give credit to the defensive player, though. What did he do? Made him slow down, slow up his feet, and allowed the rest of the guys to get there to finish him off.
Hey,
They keep it on the ground. This time, it's Miller. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their helmets rising up on defense? We always hear about the Cowboys' rushing offense. Their rush defense is pretty good as well, I think, because they're so cohesive. Defensive line, linebackers really work well together.
The Texans send the punter out as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They start on the ground with Elliott. They find some open field here. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they give up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. Call it a gain of 3, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're going to get the first out here as he's up to the 14. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Here's Elliott. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Well, they know how to protect the pass, but sometimes cornerbacks, they can also stop the run, can't they?
Is that what we call a complete corner? Yeah, because we're so used to these guys just being defenders in the pass game. How about the guys who can come up and make the tackles? That's what we just saw there for no gain, too.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And some room to maneuver. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
Writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Prescott to throw it. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This will be fielded at the 17. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And the Texans set to come onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Hey, green the line! Green the line!
Watson on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down. On 1st down, Watson. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. While we have a second, wanted to touch on a new program that's making its debut with an overall rating of 99. Of course, that's as good as it gets. So through a partnership with our friends at Nike, you're going to see custom one-of-a-kind gold 99 club cleats and gloves reserved for guys like Antonio Brown, Gronk, and Luke Kuechly.
And you and I were fortunate enough to get an early sneak peek at them. And I'll tell you, for my money, really cool thing that they're doing. Sharp, sharp look. And how cool will it be for those guys to be part of that exclusive club and have something that no one else in the league has that signifies them as 99s? That's pretty cool.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Black 22! Black 22!
Throwing on third down, Watson. And that will be incomplete as well. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and that just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
The Texans send the punter out as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. And let's gaze our attention on Ezekiel Elliott. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he'll power his way up near the 25. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes the timeout, and now we're set to get going. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Prescott looking for Hearns, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with him punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
After the interception, here's Watson on the crossing route, complete. It's Fuller. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. A shotgun snap for Watson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Back to throw, Watson. Dumps it complete to Miller. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Now on 4th and inches, they're going to want to talk this over. We get a timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This one from 35 yards away. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And they will cut the lead back down to a touchdown now at 13-6. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Fairbairn now, following the made field goal, he'll send this one away. Here's Thompson to return it. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. We want to remind you that new this year in regular season games, I'll take you around the NFL and give you stats and scores from games in progress, as well as look back at games that have already been completed. So keep an eye out for that. But for now, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Second half starts with a carry by Elliott. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from toting the rock that much.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. They go to Elliott again. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. On third down, it's Prescott. A dump off to Elliott. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
A 20th carry here for Elliott. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Again, it's Elliott. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On third down, that's Elliott. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on to kick it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Getting set to go again, DeAndre Hopkins marches back onto the field. He's hoping to take what has been a good game here and make it a great game. It's so far solid, and we're still in the third quarter.
And there's nothing wrong with solid. You want to be that. You want to be you want to be a guy that puts your team in a position to have a chance to win. And that's what we're seeing from him. And there's also that added element that maybe it can become a little bit more as this game goes on.
He'll try to make it more here on this drive. Watson will bring up the Texans here first and 10 at the 20.
Black 22! Black 22!
Now Watson. And that is incomplete. Well, CD, a quick look back at Week 4 in the NFL. Not good for rookie QBs. They went 0 for 4. You had Rosen and Mayfield making their first starts, both close losses.
Yeah, and Sam Darnold took on Jacksonville, one of the better defenses in the league. That's a tough go, and obviously lost that game. And then how about Josh Allen in Buffalo? Going to Green Bay, the Packers wearing the throwback uniforms. He almost didn't have a chance in that one. That was a really difficult one. But you mentioned Rosen and Mayfield. Close losses, acquitted themselves pretty well overall, although Mayfield did turn it over 4 times in the game. But I like what we're seeing out of him. The one winner, though, is Lamar Jackson, but it doesn't go on his record. He wasn't the starting quarterback, used a little bit in their game in their win over Pittsburgh.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down.
Down! Green the line! Green the line!
To throw on third down, Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around to make a play on the football.
A first down carry now for Miller. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Tyrone Crawford in on the tackle. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Hey, back 22! Back 22!
10th carry now for Lamar Miller. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
The Texans on third down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is third down and 12.
Black 22! Black 22!
From the gun, here's Watson. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. The Texans send the punter out. He's been averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now Prescott. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
On the counter, Elliott. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with 3rd down and just a yard to go.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on second down, they hit him with a draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
Well, you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on second and long when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field and they're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass them with a running play.
And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Elliott. And they'll get this down to the 10. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. So the false start will back them up 5.
False start, offense.
That's on the Pro Bowl guard from Notre Dame, Zach Martin. And they'll try again here, 1st and goal after the false start. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
From the 10-yard line, here's 2nd and goal. Prescott now. This will be caught at about the 5. And he lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
All I know, partner, is that with every play call that came in, there was a little discussion about, hey, we can seal this bad boy. We can really put ourselves in a great spot to take total control, and yet they find a way to cough it up.
Yeah, the 2-score game opportunity eludes them, and now a chance for the other side to come back here.
Yeah, that means defense has to go out there and make some plays themselves. So we call sudden change. Let's see if the defense is mentally ready to take care of it.
Following the fumble recovery, Watson caught here by Griffin. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here's Watson operating from the gun. Over the middle, that's caught by QT. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Down! Blue 80! Blue 80!
Watson on 3rd down. He's got Fuller. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Watson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Down! Green!
To the air yet again. Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fuller. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 23 yards on the play.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
It's a nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
Watson in the offense going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Down!
Watson hands this to Foreman. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Down! Black 22! Black 22!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. Yeah, it looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on 3rd down.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This is 3rd and 7. Now Watson. From the gun, he'll throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time, fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
short-term memory,
and move on to the next series.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. Over the middle, the connection to Hearns. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Prescott now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Cowboys with the football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the 4th. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. DJ Reader with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 3rd down. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a 1st here on 3rd down. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And that's caught by Beasley. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that one makes this a 10-point game. It's 16-6. So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game. His 3rd field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on.
Pass interference. Defense.
Well, he was just trying to contain DeAndre Hopkins, and he got a little too close.
And because of his ability to line up in different spots on the field and come at you from different angles, different guys have to cover him, and all of them have the same issue. How do you do it without interfering? In this case, it didn't get done.
Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, blue 80.
From the 50, it's Watson. Setting up the screen for Miller. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. A good first down call as the screen play gets him 9.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Black 22. Black 22.
Out of the gun, Watson. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, you're trailing. It's the 4th quarter, and you've got to throw the football. But the defense knows this, too. So they're just going to sit back, bring in an extra defensive back or two, the old nickel or dime strategy, Brandon, and wait for you to put that bad boy up for grabs. And this one winds up being intercepted.
The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Now Elliott. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
First down, Prescott. Oh, Prescott stripped. But I believe a Cowboy was there to get it. He was, and Dallas will maintain possession.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. He'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite powering through the tackle. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. Prescott from the gun. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on here to punt it away. Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. With his guys trailing here in the fourth, he can ill afford a repeat of the interception that ended the last drive.
Yeah, you're 2 scores down. You take it upon yourself now to play perfect or near perfect football if you want to get your team back into the game. But it's also tough to do when you're trying to avoid errors, yet still play perfect football.
Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 24. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson over the middle. That's caught by Miller. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston 1st down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Back 22.
On 1st down, it's Watson. Fighting through pressure. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, that wasn't a completion, but it wasn't a sack either. So the good takeaway, able to extend the life of the play. Normally, you would think he'd just take off and run downfield, but he was trying to find an open receiver.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Back 22. Back 22.
Throwing again is Watson. And he'll find QT on the right side complete. But I think the ball's out. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. The 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3.
Green the line. Green the line.
Again, it's Watson. And he finds his man Griffin. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another 1st.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks. And they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 38.
Down. Green the line. Green the line.
Play action for Miller. Now Watson. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to drop him. And it'll be a loss of about 8. He's coming off an impressive Pro Bowl campaign in 2017.
You're talking about 14.5 sacks, tied for second in the NFL. And now when offensive linemen hear the name DeMarcus Lawrence, they quake in their boots. How do we block this guy off the edge?
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Down. Green the line. Green the line.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. From the gun, here's Watson. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll be 4th down. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the first.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a first down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. They got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. He hits Beasley right side. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. A handoff left, Elliott. And some space here. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Right back to him on first down. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll get one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 23 yards on the play. Conservative in running that football. A first down throw for Prescott. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Prescott going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. They'll pitch it out to Elliott. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake in the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
3rd and long for Prescott. And he is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And this one is right through. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Hey, green the line! Green the line!
On 1st down, Watson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off Byron Jones. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
I obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead. But that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game. But we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive. And he's going to profess that he was happy to get points.
But
and we know that's not true. Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. This is Elliott. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They'll run with Elliott. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. And now the Texans want to call another timeout, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Now Prescott. Then he finds Beasley, complete. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Elliott running right. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. Well, Prescott here to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. The Cowboys on their way to victory as they take a knee. And forthcoming, a field goal try for the Cowboys. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will swell the lead to 16. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. Well, in this one, partner, we had some action all the way down to the final whistle there with the late points and then the kickoff to end it.
Yeah, and the best part about it is just seeing how teams battled all the way to the end, you know. Didn't really matter. Scoreboard was pretty well set, but they still competed until the final whistle.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say good night, everybody.